more face to face.
I was going to say, are you a more like show up to my house kind of guy?
Where do you live?
I will keep that information private for now, and we'll see how the interview goes.
That's smart.
Hello, music listeners, music enthusiasts, and Thomas Francis, one of the co-inventors of the influenza vaccine. I'm very sick right now, so if you're wondering why during the video that I sound the way I do, there is your reason. I recently had an interview with Do Not Resurrect, a prominent and rising figure in the horrorcore and sort of dark trap genre. We talked about the origins of his name, his creative process, some live shows he's recently done, as well as the recent project he's released, the Grim EP, with producers Adjacent and Mercy Kill. And Do Not Resurrect also has a song that just recently came out, MK Plus Ultra, which you can go listen to right now. But Rez is a lot of fun to talk to. He puts a lot of care and work into his music, and he might have actually threatened me at one point during the interview. So we have that. But also, I do feel there's a little disclaimer that needs to be put in. Halfway through the interview, my webcam mic took over this mic right here, so on top of the sick voice, my webcam mic decided to overtake that, and so that is why the audio quality kind of took a nosedive about halfway through. But I hope you all enjoy. While you're watching the video, I will try to get past the tornado watch going on right now. Hope you all enjoy. So I pretty much want to start out with maybe something that might be obvious. But you know, the name Do Not Resurrect is a play on like a do not resuscitate order, correct?
Yeah.
So like, apart from like that meaning, like what does that name come from and like mean specifically to you in the context of your music?
Perhaps it's a command. Perhaps it's a request. No, do not resurrect you down. Don't get back up.
And the first track that you have on your account, at least on SoundCloud publicly, is Dark Side from July 19th, 2019. Were you making music before then? Or was that like your first track?
No, I was making music for that. I do consider that pretty much the start of my like actual career. Because before that was just like songs for high school and whatnot.
Yeah, like what got you into it? Like what were your first exposures to that sound?
Like the darker sound.
Yeah, or just anything that got you into making music.
I guess mainly I heard that was sort of like around the sort of whole X Peep era, and everyone wanted to make, but they all fucking sucked. So I was like, fuck it, let me try so I can actually make some shit people might want to actually listen to. It worked out.
So just to making something, they all sucked. You're making something better.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a bit reductionist, but yeah, pretty much.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I understand what you mean. And you know, in that sound, you've pretty much always done like horrorcore and like dark trap, and stuff. Like, what has kept you gravitating towards that sound? You know, you said the influences with like X and Peep and you know, people not doing it so well. But like, in terms of that genre, what do you pull from?
My bad. It's not necessarily that X and Peep influenced me. I mean, to a degree, I guess, but
Yeah.
more so the fact that like their explosion made so many people want to make just also shitty. It was like, do something about this. So, dude.
All right. As well as like early on in his career, like, you know, while we're talking about like Dark Side and early influence and stuff like that. So Phantom Primus and Doppelganger, I would say, were the first two songs that you had that I would say really, really seemed to bring in a lot of growth and development in terms of like your musical career. And since then, a lot more songs have garnered attention. How would you say that you balance the, I guess, concepts of artistic expression and integrity with something like commercial viability, where you are attempting to continue and to further the growth of your music career?
I don't really do any of it intentionally. I just make what I sounds good. It just turns out that other people also agree. So I don't really make it with commercialism in mind. Like if it is able to, I don't know, blow up on TikTok or people use it in ad, whatever they want, that's sick. I don't make that in mind. I feel like if you make it entirely business, then you're not going to. So might as well just make sure you think it sounds cool.
All right, fair enough. It's pretty much like a non-starter. You don't even really care too much about it.
Yeah, no, I don't really care much.
All right. And like I would say, like in terms of like your music, what would you say the, I guess, sort of like vague step by step creative process is? Like, what is the creative process of a Do Not Resurrect song?
All right, so firstly, I'm really selective with beats.
Mm-hmm.
Why I don't even drop super often. But when I find one I like sort of almost freestyle over it, mumble, uh, get the flow down or whatever, and then almost like a puzzle, I'll put the lyrics to the flow, create melodies and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and comes out pretty good.
Yeah, and you said that you were pretty selective with beats, which is, I'm assuming, one of the major reasons that you stick very close with a circle of producers and collaborators, especially on the Grammy EP, which was produced by Adjacent and Mercy Kill. Well, what's the
Yeah.
creative process like working with one or two or however number of like personally known producers so closely, and how does that impact and influence the quality of your music?
Um, Honestly, we're just like a group of guys who just make music because I really don't fuck with niggas. Like I really don't like outsiders,
Yeah.
people person. So essentially, like we'll just be hanging out on Discord, like ready to play games or something. One of them will pop open FL and be working on a beat. I'll be like, hey, it sounds pretty cool or whatever. Or it, plan the time to make a beat specific. But it's pretty casual. Like we'll just make the thing, and then if it turns out cool, if not, whatever. They'll send me the thing, do my thing on it, send it back to them. I'm pretty hands on with the, I guess, production process because I'll go in and help fuck with different drum patterns and melodies and shit and give like ideas for glitches or stutters or any other vocal effects I feel would sound good on the song.
And speaking of the Grammy EP, it's your most recent release. You have 6 tracks on it, and the lyrics and the content of the music is not too different from your other music. It's dark, intense, aggressive, and raw. And then of course on the production side with AJ and Mercy, you have beats that are very abrasive and catchy to match that tone. So I guess in a general sense, what were you looking for to achieve in this project that would maybe be a step further than what you could achieve in like a single release, releasing each of these songs individually?
I guess the best way to explain that is with a project, you're able to explore a few more themes than you would in like a single because a single can only be so dynamic.
Yeah.
Where project, 6 different songs gives you plenty of space to create 6 different dimensions. So, put pretty simply, gives you more playground to do your thing, you know?
Yeah. And in terms of lyrical content, I know that you also have a couple songs and some scattered lyrics about that are, like references to things outside of music and outside of that dark and abrasive lyricism, like pop culture. I mean, you have 2 songs, like one titled Tarantino and one Takeshi Kovacs. So pop culture elements kind of sometimes bleed into your music a bit. How does like the media that you consume influence your music?
I like a lot of horror shit, but to be completely frank, horror movies put me the fuck to sleep. It builds suspense. Like,
I don't,
however,
I don't feel like there's been any good modern horror movies recently.
they're oh shit. But I do fuck with like the aesthetics of horror movies and stuff.
Yeah,
So I'll fucking sit through them just to get a bit of inspiration. Also, I'm a pretty confrontational person just in general, so it's not super hard to figure out a way to fuck someone just
that's
like that.
all right. So if this interview goes poorly, like I'm seeing my name blasted everywhere on Twitter the second I hit stop it and record.
I don't Twitter Don. I'm more face to face.
I was going to say, are you a more like show up to my house kind of guy?
Where do you live?
I will keep that information private for now, and we'll see how the interview goes.
That's smart.
Talking about the Grammy EP and talking about like your collaborative work with Mercy and AJ on the production. In a more broad sense, you've been a member of Corpse Cartel for about 4 or 5 years now, and I've asked this to Mercy Kill, Adjacent, and Mango, so I figured I would continue the trend. How has keeping such a tightly knit circle of collaborators influenced your music and helped you grow? I know that you said you don't really fuck with anybody that's like on the outside.
I guess just the fact that when you work with the same group for such a long period of time, you like developed this symbiosis, so we know what each other like, don't like, put shit together pretty easily. Um, just years of history has amalgamated into a pretty efficient creative process. So they know what I like, they know what I don't like. They'll send me beats they know I fuck with, and you know,
Yeah, you guys are kind of just are always on top of each other's ideas.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and also, recently, I don't remember the exact date, but you recently did the Restless Fest in Dallas, festival with, I believe, like 40 acts, something like that?
40 plus, yeah.
40 plus. Have you been doing a lot of live shows frequently, or is this like a new realm for you?
Uh, I don't really like to leave my house, but if they pay me, I'll step out.
That's
Type shit.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, so Restless Fest was cool though. I fucks with it. I have another show coming up actually 2 weeks, on the 14th in Arizona. So I'm flying out for that soon. Um, as for shows, yeah, I've done a few. Like I said, I don't try to be outside too, but I've done quite a few shows. Honestly, more than I can count at this point.
Okay, so it's something you're used to at the very least.
Yeah, I'm used to performing.
Do you feel like you have any songs in your discography that are maybe more so catered to a live audience? Like maybe even not your favorite songs, but hey, this song just works better live.
No, for sure. Like Takeshi Kovacs, for example, like the way the flow is structured just makes it sound so cool in like a room, like the reverb and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like it just works out. Like flows with sort of a unique structure. Because a lot of my other songs are sort of just keep fucking going, like over and go, go, and go.
Yeah.
And it makes more for like breath work and shit like that. But Takeshi Kovacs and the Crowded Grip, sort of like almost slower songs, are definitely easier to perform.
Yeah, a little like less strain on you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was thinking about asking about the whole critical shout out thing because that just is wild to me.
Oh yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, like how did that come about?
Bro just listens to my music. I don't know.
It just happened.
One day he followed me on Twitter, and I was like, oh, "Do you mean to do that?" And then I just followed him back. Then he messaged me. He was like, "Keep it up, bro. Keep popping off." Yep, that sounds like something he'd say.
That's pretty sick, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
No idea how the fuck he found me, but thankful. Helped me out.
All right, and then and so this is maybe like another sort of like broad opinionated question, but at the end of 2021, I know that you had around 3 million streams overall on your music, and then a year later, at the end of last year, that number was almost up to 17 million, with almost 2 million listeners providing those numbers. Has your perspective on making music changed since you maybe had 50 monthly listeners?
Almost none whatsoever. I really can't think of any differences. The creative process is still the same. I'm talking to you on the same mic I record on. Like all my songs are sitting in the same exact chair I record on. I don't really go to any studios.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like professional engineers or producers. The same shit. I just got a bag off it. Doesn't mean shit has to change.
All right. And in terms of all that growth, what would you say is next for Do Not Resurrect? Any plans for music or projects or maybe something super left field? You got a chocolate bar company brand opening up. What's going on with DNR?
No chocolate yet. I am dropping a song today actually. March 2nd. Probably be out by the time this interview's out. MK plus Ultra. You guys should check that out. I did sign with a new management company, so sky's the limit there. Like literally recently just signed with, got a whole entertainment lawyer, so the team is getting built up. Doesn't mean anything musical is going to change. I'm just going to have a lot more opportunities to perform, places, travel. But yeah, I'm chilling.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you talking with me.
For sure.
All right.
Raw tracks, low riding, a gun on my waist. I cop back 4-5, spitting blood in your face. You want that real shit? Well, hold on, let me show it. Ever present, I impressive. I propose a Motorola razor wire, run a bad let them stay. I'm about to reach shit. The heavy metal that is dead, don't leave them teeth. Spawn from the beast shit.